that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess the fall is a nice season too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Ellie, welcome to class. Ellie, how's it going?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. And yeah, Ellie, what have you been up to today?
Today, I think I wanna make noodle soup today because last night I feel like I wanna eat noodle soup very much. And today
Okay.
after class, I'm gonna go shopping for the ingredients, and then I'm gonna make noodle soup.
Awesome. That sounds
Yummy.
good. So you had a craving for noodle soup.
Yeah. That's Thai food.
Okay.
I miss it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's good to have cravings for food and be able to make it.
Yeah, I just learned something from the YouTube.
Okay. So you learned how to make it from YouTube?
Yeah, because in Thailand food is just cheap. You don't have
Mm-hmm.
to cook by yourself. You
Yeah.
can go out and then eat out is more convenient than you cooking by yourself.
Yeah.
It's cheaper.
Yep. That too, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Cool though.
Thank you.
And Ksenia, welcome to class. Ksenia, how's it going?
Hello, thank you, fine.
Nice. Okay. And yeah, what have you been up to today, Ksenia?
Nothing special, honestly. Just stayed at home for all day.
Okay. What'd you have for lunch?
Mm, we have, I have a meat covered with, I don't know how I can name this vegetable on English. Oh my god, it's cabbage. Yes,
Okay.
it's a big ball.
Meat covered
Cabbage?
with cabbage.
Yes.
Um, hmm.
It's a Russian meal, I think.
Okay. I'm not super familiar. Meat covered with cabbage. That sounds odd though. Um, okay. Cool. Um, and yeah, I think that's everybody for now. We can get started with today's class. So, talking about soulmates. And Niels, can you read the title and the question?
Soulmates. What if everyone actually had only one soulmate, a random person somewhere in the world? What a nightmare that would be.
Good. Okay. And what's a soulmate, Niels?
Well, a soulmate is a person you feel very comfortable to talk to. You feel it is more like yourself, copy of yourself, and you can just discuss everything with him or her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Maybe even going further, it could be like a one true love.
Could be,
Almost
yeah.
make it so. Yeah. Good. Really awesome job, Niels. And Ksenia, can you read this next part?
There are a lot of problems with the concept of a single random soulmate. As Tim München put it in his song If I Don't Have You.
And the next two little paragraphs.
Your love is one in a million, you couldn't buy it at any price. But of the 9,999,000 other loves, statistically some of them would be equally nice.
Good. Um, all right. And Jose, welcome to class. Jose, how's it going?
I'm doing very well, Joshua. Thanks for asking. And you?
Doing really well. Thanks for asking. Um, and Jose, we're talking about what would happen if every person had only one soulmate in the world. Um, all right.
Okay.
And does anybody have any questions here? Okay. Jose, can you read the next two paragraphs?
Okay. But What if we did have one randomly assigned perfect soulmate and we couldn't be happy with anyone else? Would you find each other? Well, assume your soulmate is set at birth. You know nothing about who or where they are, but as in the romantic cliché, you'll recognize each other the moment your eyes meet.
Sorry. Jose, can you repeat assigned?
Assigned.
Mm-hmm. Assigned and soulmate.
Assigned and only.
Soulmate.
Soulmate.
Nope. Soulmate. Soulmate.
Soul, me.
Mate.
Soulmate. Mate.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Soulmate. Okay.
mate is one of those words that you swallow that T sound at the end, so it sounds like soulmate.
Soulmate.
Good. Better. Sounded good. And Manu, welcome to class. Manu, how are you?
Hi, thank you. I'm fine. And you?
Doing well, thank you for asking. And David, welcome to class. David, how's it going?
It's going very well. How's it going with you?
Doing really well, thanks for asking.
Good.
Okay. And let's have Emilio. Can you read the next paragraph?
Yes. Right away, this raises a few questions. For starters, is your soulmate even still alive? 100 billion or so humans have ever lived, but only 7 billion are alive now, which gives the human condition a 93% mortality rate. If we are all paired up at random, 90% of our soulmates are long dead.
Good. And so yeah, assortment of stick figure characters with their deaths in different times. That sounded good though. And let's have Eddie. Can you read the next paragraph?
Sure. That sounds horrible, but wait, it gets worse. A simple argument shows we can't just limit ourselves to past humans. We have to include an unknown number of future humans as well. See, if it's possible for your soulmate to be in the distant past, then it also has to be possible for soulmates to be in the distant future. After all, your soulmate is
So that extra is at the end.
yes.
should be deleted. Yeah, so after all, your soulmate.
After all, your soulmate is
After all, your soulmate.
after all your soulmate is
Soulmate is.
so
After all, your soulmate is.
after all your soulmate is.
Yeah, and I think that actually could work. It sounds really awkward. I think he was trying to make a joke. After all, your soulmate is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it could work like that. Okay. The other one, see if it's possible for your soulmate. So this is just an introduction, kind of. So see if it's possible.
Okay. See if it's possible.
Mm-hmm. And then, can you also repeat wait?
Wait.
Good. Okay. And let's go to the next paragraph. And yeah, David, can you try the next paragraph?
Sure. So let's assume your soulmate lives at the same time as you. Furthermore, to keep things from getting creepy, we'll assume they're within a few years of your age. This is stricter than the standard age gap creepiness formula. But if we assume a 30-year-old and a 40-year-old can be soulmates, then the creepiness rule is violated if they accidentally meet 15 years earlier. With the same age restriction, most of us have a pool of around 500,000,000 potential matches.
Yeah. Okay. That sounded good. The same age restriction. Yeah, I think that sounded really good. Nice pronunciation, David.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions so far here?
Creepiness suggests scary.
Sort of. Creepiness is just like weirdness, kind of.
Hmm.
So one would say it could probably to be dating a 25-year-old. So if a 30-year-old and a 40-year-old met 15 years earlier, the 30-year-old would have been 15 and the 40-year-old would have been 25. That's kind of uncomfortable. So that's like a creepy, that's very uncomfortable. Actually, 15 is way too young. But yeah, so that's creepiness. That's the idea of not a comfortable thing. Makes sense? Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. And Niels, can you read the next paragraph?
But what about gender and sexual orientation and culture and language? We could keep using demographics to try to break things down further, but we'd be drifting away from the idea of random soulmate. In our scenario, you don't. Could you please scroll up?
Yeah. Can you see now?
No, nothing happened.
In our scenario, can everybody else see that?
No,
No.
I don't see
No.
that.
You need to scroll down a little bit more, Josh.
Yeah.
It's almost at the top of the page for me. Hold on one second. I'll stop sharing and then I'll start sharing again.
Now, yes.
Oh, you can see it now?
Yes, now it's at the top. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Where was I?
Okay, now.
You were in our scenario.
In our scenario, you don't know anything about who your soulmate will be until you look into their eyes. Everybody has only one orientation toward their soulmate.
Good. Really good pronunciation of scenario, soulmate, orientation. Yeah, that sounded really, really good. And any questions here? Okay. And let's have Manu. Can you read the next paragraph?
The odds of running into your soul mate are incredibly small. The number of strangers we make eye contact with each day is hard to estimate. It can vary from almost known shootings or people in small towns to many thousand a police officer in Times Square. Let's suppose you lock eyes with an average of a few dozen new strangers each day. I'm pretty introverted, so for me that's definitely a generous estimate. If 10% of them are close to your age, that's around 50,000 people in a lifetime. Given that you have, I don't know,
Yeah. So
five.
many. So you'd start with the first number right here. So this part. How do you say that number?
500
And if we're in hundreds and thousands, and
million.
this is millions. So yeah, 500.
500 million?
Mm-hmm.
500 million potential soulmate. It means you will only find true love in one lifetime out of 1,000.
One lifetime out of 10,000.
Out of 10,000.
Mm-hmm. And the first word was incredibly. Can you repeat incredibly?
Incredibly.
And then shut-ins. Shut-ins.
Shut-ins.
And police officer.
Police officer.
Police officer. Average.
Police officer.
Average.
Average.
Introverted.
Huh?
Introverted. Introverted.
Introverted.
Good. And estimate.
Estimate.
Yeah, so we've actually got two pronunciations of that word. So we have the verb to estimate, and we have estimate. So estimate, to estimate is the verb, and an estimate. Estimate.
Estimate.
One more time. Estimate. Yeah.
Estimate.
Good. Yeah. It's a generous estimate. Perfect. And so this is a little diagram of what just he talked about. So if those numbers are correct, the chances of you finding your soulmate are 1 in 10,000. So 1 in 10,000 is not a very good chance. Okay. And
Sorry, Joshua, I have a
Yes.
question. What's the meaning of shut-in?
what's the meaning of...
Shut-ins.
Oh, a shut-in. A shut-in. Can you repeat shut-in?
Shut-in.
Does anybody know what a shut-in is?
Please scroll
Yes.
down a bit more.
Shut in?
Sorry, I think I heard it from Niels.
Could you please scroll down a bit more? I can't see the sentence here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you repeat, Niels?
Yes,
What is it?
I didn't quite catch up.
He asked if I could scroll down
Yeah.
a little bit. All right. So yeah, does anybody have any other ideas for shut-ins?
Yes, I thought that it's a patient in hospitals and who can't move at all. No?
No. What would that be? I don't know. Paraplegic. I'm not sure what that would be actually, Ksenia. Does anybody have any other ideas?
No.
Okay. So shut-in is somebody who doesn't often meet other people. So they shut themselves inside of their house. Would be a shut-in. Does that make sense to everybody?
Makes sense. Yeah, I never heard about shut-ins. You guys are so creative with language.
Yeah, we try our best, I guess. Yeah, that's what a shut-in is. It's relatively common. And good. Any other questions? Okay. And let's have, what was it? I think this was Ksenia. This is your paragraph. Can you read that?
Yes. But with the threat of dying alone looming so imminently, society could restructure to try to enable as much eye contact as possible. We could put together massive conveyor belts to move lines of people past each other.
And can you read the next part too?
But if the eye contact effect works over webcams, we could just use a modified version of chat roulette.
And maybe the comic.
Yep, another bird but you could be my soulmates, but
Yeah, what's happening in the comic?
I'm not sure what is butting.
Another butt. Does anybody know what's happening in this comic?
But isn't it a bottom?
Yeah,
With
somebody's
person? Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah.
So somebody's just showing their butt to the computer screen. And so he's like, could be nice. But I call me somebody's butt. So he's making a pun on another butt. So like, oftentimes if we're talking romantically, she could be a butt. It's a butt. Like a butt maybe. So it could be a potential. It's just kind of making a pun on that. Another butt. Another maybe. And Jose, can you read the next paragraph?
Okay. If everyone used the system for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, and if it takes you a couple seconds to decide if someone's your soulmate, this system could, in theory, match everyone up with their soulmates in a few decades. Decades. If I
Decades.
model decades, in a few decades. If modeled a few simple systems to estimate how quickly people will pair off and drop out of the singles pool, if you want to try to work through the math for a particular setup, you might start by looking at derangement problems.
Yeah, okay. Any other questions here?
The Lanchman problems, please.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure. Um, uh, so this is what a derangement problem is. Combinational mathematics. It's just advanced mathematics. Um, yeah, so I'm not super familiar with advanced mathematics, but it's a type of mathematical formula, I'm supposing. Yeah. And, oh, so different permutations, so like different chances of something happening. So if you've got 4 students and you've got different ways of setting those students up, so you've got 9 different derangements, different ways of mixing the students up. Does that make sense?
Yep,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. And Emilio, can you read the next paragraph?
Yes. In the real world, many people have trouble finding any time at all for romance. Few could devote 2 decades to it, so maybe only rich kids will be able to afford to sit around on soulmate roulette. Unfortunately, for the proverbial 1%, most of the soulmates are to be found in the other 99%. If only 1% of people use the service, then 1% of that 1% will find their match through the system, 1 in 10,000.
Good. So not very good odds. Decades. Decades.
Decades.
Decades.
Decades.
And any questions here? Okay. And let's have Eddie. Can you read the next paragraph?
Okay, sure. The others 99% of the 1%, we are the 0.99%, would have an incentive to get more people into the system. They might sponsor projects akin to 1 laptop per child, but with a lesser wide carers like cashiers and police officers in Times Square. would become high status prize because of the eye contact potential. People would flock to cities and public gathering places to find love, just as they do now.
Good. Okay. We're looking at sleazier.
Sleazier.
Careers.
Sleazier.
Sleazier.
Okay.
And careers.
Careers.
And then status.
Status. Status.
Good. Okay. And questions here. Sleazy. What does sleazy mean?
Yeah.
Cheap or snappy?
What was that?
Cheap would be cheap or maybe sappy.
Cheap or sappy? Close. Really close. Any other ideas?
Untidy?
Kind of like untidy. It's better doesn't connotation.
Did you say scruffy?
Yeah, sorry, somebody's flipping through papers. If you could mute your microphone for that, that'd be okay. Yeah, sleazier. It's kind of creepier. It's like not as clean. We're talking about people, and we're talking about like things that are not simply physical would be sleazy. So somebody who's sleazy has like really bad pickup lines or says really gross things to somebody. That'd be more of a sleazy type. So we've got this idea of dirtiness, but it's like personality dirtiness and not physical dirtiness. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
this idea.
But I thought
ahead.
it was more like a sexual connotation because like she's sleazy. It's more like a like a not. Okay.
For sure. It's definitely the idea of a sexual connotation. So like this like personality dirtiness we would have like sexuality would be implied, or it could be like, yeah, generally it would be sexually.
Yeah, like a not clean or romantic, more like a prone to sexuality, I think, to sex or maybe promiscuity. Okay, let me pronounce the word.
Promiscuity.
Promiscuity. Thank you. Promiscuity.
Yeah.
Would you say gross?
You could say gross. Yeah, even promiscuity is not quite it. It's the idea of like unpleasant advances by somebody.
Okay.
You know, somebody who's sleazy. He's just, you're not comfortable around that person for whatever reason. And it doesn't have to be overtly sexual. It's just like he's like a sleazy person. It's kind of a gross sense that you get from. Okay. And any other questions? Okay. And let's have gosh, where were we? That was Ellie. And so David, can you read the next paragraph?
Sure.
David?
Yes, I'm here. So is but from there?
Yeah.
Okay. But even if a bunch of us spent years on Soulmate roulette, another bunch of us managed to hold jobs that offer constant eye contact with strangers, and the rest of us just hoped for luck. Only a small minority of us would ever find true love. The rest of us would be out of luck. Quang, 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 quang.
Good. Constant.
Constant.
Only a small minority of us would ever find true love. Can you repeat that sentence?
Only a small minority of us would find true love.
Yeah, would ever find true love. Good. Niels, can you read the next paragraph?
Given all the stress and pressure, some people would fake it. They'd want to join the club so they'd get together with another lonely person and stage a fake soulmate encounter. They'd marry, hide their relationship problems, and struggle to present a happy face to their friends and family. Of course, this never happens in our world.
Good. Does anybody have any questions here? Okay. And Xeni, can you read until the end of the page?
All in all, the world of random soulmates is even lonelier than ours. I prefer Tim München's take of things. With all my heart and all my mind, I know one thing is true. I have just one life and just one love. And my love, that love is you. And if it wasn't for you, baby, I really think that I would have somebody else.
Good. Okay. And really nice. I think you guys did a really good job with the reading. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. And I have a question for you guys. Does everybody know who Yoda is from Star Wars? Are you guys familiar with that?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
The little tiny character, right? Looks like a little
Yeah.
mouse or
He
something.
talks strangely.
Yeah.
Words are not in the proper order when he talks.
Perfect. Good. And so we're gonna do a little one about Yoda. We've got like 30 minutes. So, Jose, can you read the question?
Okay. How much force power can Yoda output? Ryan Finney.
Good. And can you read until supply?
Mm, Intel Supply. Intel Supply.
Until. Can you read until
Until
supply? Mm-hmm.
until supply.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, of
No, we
course.
couldn't.
You need to scroll
Yeah,
up.
it's
Ah,
so
okay.
down.
I'm going to, of course, ignore the prequels. There is a great Age NBC comic exploring the geopolitical consequences of having Superman turn a crank to provide an unlimited source of energy. We could imagine Yoda using the Force to run a similar generator, but how much power could he really supply?
Okay. Good. Supply.
Supply.
Supply. No, no
Supply.
SH.
Okay.
Supply.
Supply.
It's more like a sa. Sa.
Sa, supply,
Mhm.
supply. Okay,
Supply.
supply.
And then a crank.
Crank.
Good. Maybe geopolitical consequences.
Geopolitical consequences.
Good. Okay. And does anybody have any questions?
It's a prequel.
Sorry?
What is a prequel?
The
first.
prequels.
Yeah.
Does anybody know the prequels?
I know sequels, but not prequels. Like something before something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if we're talking about the Star Wars series, we started in the middle of the series with Luke and everything, and then so they went in time towards the end. And then the prequels, the ones that came out in 2000, I guess, started back at the beginning with Anakin, and it went through the prequels. Yeah, the beginning ones. Make sense?
Okay.
Okay. And any other questions? Is anybody interested in this comic, which is quite funny, about the geopolitical consequences of Superman turning a crank to provide an unlimited source of energy? Does anybody want to read this comic?
I've heard about it. I've never read it
No,
myself.
I never read this comic.
Okay. Is anybody interested in reading the comic?
Not really.
Okay. And let's go. Emilio, can you read the next paragraph?
Yes. Yoda's greatest display of raw power in the original trilogy came when he lifted Luke's X-Wing from the swamp. As far as physically moving objects around goes, this was easily the biggest expenditure of energy through the Force we saw from anyone in the trilogy.
Okay, good. Nice job with the correction of trilogy. Luke's X-Wing?
Luke's X-Wing.
And physically.
Physically.
Good. Okay. And Ellie, can you read the next paragraph?
Sure. The energy it takes to lift an object to high edge is equal to the object's mass time the force of gravity times the height is lifted. The X-wing scene let us use this to put a lower limit on Yoda's peak power output.
Good. Really good pronunciation.
Oh,
Maybe the X-wing scene. The
See,
X-wing scene.
the X-wing scene.
Good.
May I ask a question about the letter H? In England, UK, quite a lot of people say H instead of H. Is it the same in US? In American
the
English?
US, we would say H.
Yes. In England, quite a lot will say H.
Okay. Yeah, in the US, that's
Always H.
H.
Yeah.
Good question, though. David, can you read the next paragraph?
Is it me?
David? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. First, we need to know how heavy the ship was. The X-Wing's mass has never been canonically established, but its length has 12.5 meters. An F-22 is 19 meters long and weighs 19,700 kilograms. So, scaling down from this gives an estimate for the X-Wing of about 12,000 pounds, 5 metric tons.
Awesome reading. Nice correction with estimate, too. Canonically?
Canonically?
Sorry, that was my kind of little stutter. Canonically.
Say that again, please.
Canonically. You did a really good job pronouncing it. You just added that A sound, and then scaling.
Scaling
down.
Perfect. Down. Okay.
Yeah, so he's drawn a little diagram of that. And let's have Niels. Can you read the next little paragraph?
mx equal m 522 times 12.5 divided by 19 to the third, approximately 5,600 kilo.
Nice. That was awesome reading.
5,600 kilo, I should say, not point.
Yeah. 5,600 kilograms.
Yeah. Next, we need to know how fast it was rising. I went over footage of the scene and timed the X-Wing's rate of ascent as it was emerging from the water. What are you doing?
Good. Yeah, keep reading that.
Yeah, important scientific research. Do that, do not.
Do or do not.
Do or do not.
Do not try. Yeah, is just a quotation from the movie.
Yeah.
Important scientific research. Good. Any questions here? Okay. Really good reading with the math problem, Niels. Xenia, can you read the next paragraph?
The front landing strut rises out of the water in about 3.5 seconds, and estimated the strut to be 1.4 meters long, based on a scene in New Hope where Q member squeezes past it, which tells us the X-wings was rising at 0.37 meters per second.
We'd say 0.39 meters per second.
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
0.39 meters per second.
0.39 without. Okay.
0.39 meters per second.
0.39 meters per second.
Yeah, really good job. You did a great job with your pronunciation there too. All right, any questions? Okay. And Jose, can you read the next paragraph?
Okay. Lastly, we need to know the strength of gravity of Dagoba. Here, I figure I'm stuck, because while AC5 fans are obsessive, it's not like there is gonna be a catalog of minor geophysical characteristics for every planet visited in Star Wars, right?
Good. Strength.
Strength, strength,
Strength.
strength, strength.
Not quite. If you look in the verb in chat
Yes,
box.
strength, strength,
Maybe straying.
strength, strength, strength,
Close. Try that th sound at the end. So
strength,
closer. Strength.
strength, strength,
Good. That was perfect, actually, right at the end. One more time. Strength.
strength.
There you go. Awesome. And then I think this is Dagova. I'm not sure.
Dagova.
Yeah. And then figure. I figure.
I figure.
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 Yeah,
I
figure. Good.
Figure.
And then sci-fi.
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 And good. Does anybody have any other questions here? Okay. And Emilio, can you read the next paragraph?
Okay. Nope. I've underestimated the fandom. Wikipedia has just such a catalog and informs us that the surface gravity on Dagobah is 0.9 grams. Grams? No, it's not grams. 0.9? Okay,
G's?
I don't know. G's.
I think.
0. Yeah, true. Thank you. 0.9 G's. Combining this with the X-wing mass and lift rate gives us our peak power output. 5,600 kilograms plus 0.9 Gs plus 1.4 meters divided, no, plus times, yeah, true, divided by 3.6 seconds equals 19.2 kilovatios.
Kilowatts. Really nice. What was that? Surface. Good. And then I think this is Wikipedia.
Yeah. Wookie.
Yeah. Good. Does anybody have any questions here? Okay. And Ellie, can you read the next paragraph?
Okay, sure. That's enough to power a block of suburban homes. It's also equal to about 25 horsepower, which is about the powers of the motor in the electric model smart car.
Electric model. Good. And maybe suburban.
Suburban.
And
suburban. Okay.
Perfect. And David, can you read the comic until megawatts down here, I guess? David?
Yes, I'm sorry. The comment says,
Perfect.
what is that? Is that a cat in it?
It's Yoda.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. At current electricity prices, Yoda would be worth about $2 per hour. But telekinesis is just one type of force power. What about the lightning the Emperor used to zap Luke? The physical nature of it is never made clear, but Tesla coils that produce similar display draws something like 10 kilowatts, which would put the Emperor roughly on pair with Yoda. Those Tesla coils used lots of very short pulses. If the Emperor is sustaining a continuous arc, as in an arc welder, the power could easily be in the megawatts.
Nice. Okay. This is really, really well done. A couple of things. Telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
We emphasize the ni. If you look in the verb link chat box, telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
Then produce.
Produce.
Emperor.
Emperor.
Perfect. Okay. Any questions here? All right. And Niels, can you read the next paragraph?
Yeah. What about Luke? I examined the scene where he used his nascent force powers to yank his lightsaber out of the snow. The numbers are harder to estimate here, but I went through frame by frame and came up with an estimate of 400 watts for his peak output. This is a fraction of Yoda's 19 kilowatt and was sustained for only a fraction of a second.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds really great. Nice pronunciation of nascent. Okay. Any questions here? Okay.
Sorry, what
Yeah.
is the line number 2, the first word, nascent? Nascent force. Nascent, what's that mean, please?
Okay. Who knows what nascent means?
It's like at the beginning of something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like just born or just being born.
Oh, okay.
Which might make sense in a lot of languages.
How about a light saber? Same line.
A lightsaber. Does
Light
anybody know
sword,
what
light sword, it used to be called, isn't it? A light sword.
Light sword.
The weapon of the Jedi's.
Yeah. So lightsabers are these weapons. Make sense? Okay. And right.
Okay, thank you.
We're with Ksenia. Can you read the next paragraph?
So Yoda sounds like our best bet as an energy source, but with world electricity consumption pushing to terawatts, it would take 100 million Yodas to meet our demands. All things considered, switching to Yoda power probably it's worth the trouble, though it would definitely be green.
Isn't worth the trouble.
Isn't worth the trouble.
Good. Nice. Any questions here? All right. We can go back here. This is kind of a funny comic on the same line, as we don't have too much time. I think it'll be good. And let's have Jose. Can you read the first box?
Okay. When Superman started out, he saved dozens of lives every day. Every day. Stop grok.
Okay. Can you repeat started out?
Started out.
Out?
Started out. Started
Mhm.
out.
Yeah, and it almost sounds like started. Started.
Started.
Yeah, and so, I don't know. Can you repeat when Superman started out? He saved dozens of lives every day.
When Superman started out, he saved dozens of lives every day.
Perfect. Really good reading. Amelia, can you read the next paragraph or the next box?
Yes. The people were grateful. Key to the city.
Good. And Amelia, can you read the introduction to the next part? And Ellie, can you read the speeches?
Of course. But soon it was realized that he could be saving many more lives.
Instead of stopping criminals, how about you transport loads of grain to starving people?
Ellie?
I think, what? Oh,
This one too.
okay.
Yeah, good. Oh, okay. And David, can you read the next part?
Sure. We sought out better and better life-saving techniques. New plan. The comics too, right?
Mm-hmm.
New plan. Use your strengths to plow farmland in impoverished countries. Economists think that's better long term. But every second of squibbling is another dead baby.
Quibbling. Can you repeat quibbling?
Quibbling.
Mm-hmm. Quibbling is like arguing or talking about small details. Does anybody have any questions so far? Okay. Niels, can you read the next paragraph or the next box?
Finally, we found maximum efficiency. We need you to crank this magnet as fast as possible. The energy it generates will be so cheap that everyone can enjoy a Western standard of living. Oh, that reminds me, keep
Oh,
your speed constant at all times.
yeah.
Seems a bit monotonous.
So yeah, it seems a bit monotonous is interrupted. So it seems a bit monotonous. Oh, that reminds me, keep your speed constant at all times. So monotonous means, it's kind of unchanging. It's the same tone. And so that's why it reminds him to keep his speed constant. Any questions here? Okay. Xenia, can you read the next one?
This began to wear on the hero. I can't miss fighting crime. You know what I miss? Food. That's what they'll say in Bangladesh if you stop.
Good. Hero. Can you repeat hero?
Hero.
Yeah. Other than that, really good pronunciation. And Jose, can you read the next part?
Okay, but society advanced rapidly on cheap, clean energy. Welcome to Somalia.
Good.
Scientists discovered a problem.
All right. And Emilio, can you read the dialogue in this next one?
By our calculations, we will hit peak Superman here. When's that? When Superman dies of exhaustion.
Good. Can you repeat exhaustion?
Exhaustion.
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 Good. And Ellie, can you read the next part?
Okay, we collectively transitioned to clean energy, making Superman's an obsolete power source. You've been replaced. Mons, don't you read this news? By what?
So we'd say you've been replaced. By what? Moons,
By
don't you read the news?
Okay, you have been replaced by what? Mons, don't you read this news?
Yeah.
Don't you read the news?
Muons?
Or
Yeah.
Mons? Muons?
Sure.
Muons?
Muons, maybe. Okay, good. Really good work. And David, can you read the next part? David. David,
I'm
your
sorry.
microphone's.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. But then society was so improved that crime was non-existent, making Superman an obsolete person. Stop, crook. Oh no, he's giving me a free purse and ski mask. I'm keeping it warm with my face.
Yeah. So this is just kind of a joke. It's a little bit absurd. Does anybody have any questions here? And okay. Niels, can you read the next part?
He tried to get a job, but his resume was a bit thin. Superman 1939 to 1947, reporter Daily Planet. 1947, pleasant, moving arms up and down constantly.
Good. Ksenia, can you read the next part?
He spent his last few years as a curator for the Smithsonian Museum in Superheroes. Welcome, my superhero tells me you need directions to the restroom.
Good. The Smithsonian Museum of Superheroes, just the preposition. And the next one, Jose.
The exhibit of his body was much more popular. Superman, a transitional power source.
Good. And that's it. I do have to go. I've got another class starting. Really good to have you guys all in. Thanks for coming in,
Okay.
and see you soon.
Thank
Thank
you.